Bienvenidas, acuñados los K, a otro capitulito de Vampir. Están siendo capitulitos sanos, tranquilitos. No te quite tanta voz. Sanetes, tranquilitos, duración poquita, lo estoy haciendo esta vez, no estoy haciendo vídeos muy largos. Venga, ájale, ya que estamos, un poquito. Y lo dejamos por aquí, os acordáis que tenemos que entrar aquí, que no había vuelta atrás. Entramos, Amara. Entramos a ver qué se cuesta aquí.
Mommy knows what she's doing. Go wait for me at the elevator. I'll be right there.
Cuidado, Samara. Cuidado, que aquí se va a liar. Muérdeme, castígame. Muérdeme, suplícame. Míralo. Están quemados todos, tío, ¿eh? Samara. Él se ha liado. ¡Ah!
You took your time, my son. Oh, interesting. I would never have imagined that one of you would have the gall to approach us so closely. I
Cuidado.
see you.
But
And yes, we have come to Boston.
La iglesia contra los vampiros, ¿eh?
Chance. How do you think we found you tonight?
Hostia.
In St. Leopold's name, we will find you all to the very last.
Voy a la iglesia, solo de la iglesia, tío, solo de la iglesia, Tamara. Hay pelea. La iglesia y los vampiros no se llevan bien. Oh, capitulito terminado. Fracaso, la fe verdadera está quemado, ha dejado a Harry desatendido, el doctor de sospecha de referencia del... No vea. La verdad que este capítulo tampoco hace lo mejor del mundo. Pero bueno. Vamos. Y ahora me falta el de Gales. Vamos a ver qué nos encontramos. Con el amigo Gales. Que hasta la G, ¿no? 5 de septiembre. Tiene pinta de que el juego es larguito, ¿eh? Si hay que llegar hasta la G o no. Ah, de G. Vale, tengo experiencia de español de 5. No puedo. Ah, vale, coche. Vale. Tengo 5 y vale 30, coño. Se lo va. ¿Y disciplinas? Ah, puedo ponerle disciplina, ¿no? También me vale... Esto me vale ser. Otro me he vuelto a equivocar. En vez de aplicarlo, le he dado a jugar. Me pasó lo mismo en el capítulo anterior.
Guau.
Soy tonto. Vamos. Boom, chuculaca, laca, boom. Boom. Ya se me ha quedado. Claro. Bueno, pues vamos a infiltrarnos por aquí.
Prince asked to move for 5 reports. If I can't bring back the author,
Vale.
bring back the reports at least. I'll
Vamos por el informe.
see them.
Uf, tú. Déjame entrar.
Special Agent Smith.
The FBI! Finally, some backup. Lieutenant's expecting you. Straight ahead. Watch out for the bloodstains. Forensics hasn't been through here yet.
Got it.
Like a chase. Look at chase.
The victim lost a lot of blood.
Cuéntame, castígame, siénteme su... Ahí está, vamos, vamos. Uf. Con el burrito sabanero a camino de Belén. Con el burrito sabanero a camino de Belén. Sin cabeza, va camino de Belén. Sin cabeza.
Lieutenant Anderson, I'm in charge of the investigation.
¿Qué te pasa, hija?
Special Agent Smith, FBI.
Really? Smith.
¿Qué te
Is
pasa?
that some kind of joke?
No, why?
Let it go. Never mind. I'll give you the DL.
Me lo dio
We got a call from the
Exacto.
caretaker around 2:15. He told us that one of his residents was brought in with an injury carried by his bodyguards. We sent a squad car that got here around 2:45.
Who was the first
¿Quién fue la
person on the
primera?
scene?
That would be
El viernes.
He's
Hay que llamar a
somewhere
abuelo y hay que hacer un
here.
capítulo. ¿Hacemos un capítulo a la de Patrulla Canina?
Is the
Vamos.
caretaker still here?
He's in the living room,
Claro.
but I
Lo
don't
tienes
think
que
he'll be
hacer y te has
getting
jugado allí,
his
aprovechar.
Poor guy's in shock.
Que aprenda de tema, anda.
Okay, then what?
When they stepped inside, the guys came face to face with that.
Do we know who the victim is?
Yeah, it has something to do with it. It's the owner, a guy named Jason Moore. I don't know who this guy pissed off, but things didn't work out too well for him.
Did you secure all the exits and entrances to the building?
Yes, we've got men on the ground floor and in the parking garage.
How do you get to the parking garage?
Al parking.
You'll have to ask the caretaker. He's the one who took my men down there.
What have you got on Moore?
He was an asset manager. But if you ask me, he was involved in some shady stuff that we were sure to find out. It's not every day that an accountant gets his head chopped off.
Do we know if he had a family?
Yeah. Wife and daughter. The wife, Lydia Moore, 34 years old, architect, dual citizen of Costa Rica and the U.S. No criminal record. Yeah, we're trying to get a hold of her. The
¿Dónde andará?
daughter, June. We've looked and she's not here either.
Joder.
Where are the bodyguards?
We haven't found anyone yet.
Bueno, vámonos.
Go on.
We're still looking for the head.
¿Dónde estará?
We're waiting on forensics for everything else, but they're busy with another case.
¿Otro caso?
What case?
You haven't heard? At one international place. They say.
Ah, vale, ¿dónde está Oleicha? Seguramente.
So, you're here to take over the case?
Claro, aquí mando yo.
No. I'm working on something else.
Aquí manda mi...
Name popped up in one of our
Lo que sigue.
investigations, but I can't talk about it.
Okay, I'll let my team know.
Ya, él tiene tu de esto.
Oh, sentir lo invisible. Claro. ¿Para qué buscas?
Hasta que no eres tú con papá.
Agent Smith from the FBI is here. We're still in charge of the investigation, so please cooperate.
Vamos a ver qué le pasa a este.
Mira.
He was decapitated. It was a pretty
Un corte bastante limpio, sí. Pero eso, por ejemplo, no, creo que no tiene nada que ver que no tenga.
No me gusta ese pedazo.
a signet ring with a beaver on it. Or what did I tea?
Apuñalada también, ¿no?
One wound in the right hip.
Ah, no, de bala.
Otro pequeño.
Sorry, I'm busy.
Yo que...
This sort of formal decor might impress Boston high society, but not me.
No, de acuario tiene, ¿no? Qué guapo.
ship
Está
ended
guapo.
Like
like my other
en la
lives.
caja.
Está guapo,
Y la mamá.
Y esto no lo tengo mirado, esto. ¿Qué pasa?
Driver's license.
¿Qué le ha hecho mamá ya, cariño?
Ella tranquilita.
Así que no podéis juntaros vosotros. No podéis juntar.
There's a retainer here
Madre mía.
somewhere.
Ay, Dios mío. Jason Moore, este que está sin de esto.
¿Qué? ¿Qué viene a meterme todo el pelo del muñeco en la nariz?
Policía de Boston. Es para las 12.
One of the weapons is missing.
Sí, claro, una fue.
Come on. It'll
No
pass.
te lo vayas a poner ahora tú para ver qué es lo que hemos hecho. No te vayas a poner tú en la nariz.
Who'd leave that lying around?
Bueno, una pizza no se deja a la mitad. Una pizza no se deja a la mitad. Es un pecado.
Dinner of a mortal who's at the end of their rope.
Uy,
Why is the
qué bobo,
FBI interested in Moore?
His name came up in several financial investigations.
Pues no sé dónde hay un sitio seguro. Si no me ibas a hacer tú la cenita, chaval. Pues esto es
Nothing has
enorme, ¿eh?
changed since my last visit. I have to question him.
He's still freaked out. I don't think it's the right time.
¿Por qué no? Tú.
Mr. Adams,
No. This can't be happening. What a nightmare. So much blood.
I've got a few questions.
I
Preguntita.
tried to help him. I told him we should call 911. I told him.
Andamos calmados. Éxito.
Sir, listen to me. It's all right. Calm down. You're safe and you did the right thing.
I did the right thing.
I need you to answer a few questions for me.
Yes, of course. What do you want to know?
Do you know his wife?
Mrs. Moore is a model resident. She always has something nice to say to the staff. And is the first to welcome new neighbors, too. A true lady.
Pero creo que todo funciona siempre con los sims. Y eso no es así. Tienes que pensar las cosas antes de hacerlo.
Do you think she could have been having an
Metió todos
affair?
los pelos del muñeco por
She's
la
a
nariz,
very
me ha dado
respectable
así, me ha dado
woman
por aquí.
who loves her
Y
husband very
respirando,
much.
que he hecho así,
I don't know what
y me
sick
metió todo el
kind
pelo
of
por la
world
nariz.
you live in.
Tranquilo,
I'd
viejo.
certainly not like to find out.
They had their ups and downs, just like any couple. The staff had noticed that she went to Costa Rica fairly often without her husband.
Was she thinking of leaving him?
Not at all. Just the opposite. She begged him to spend more time with her and their daughter.
Do you think anyone could have been so angry with her that they could have taken it out on her husband?
Oh, no. I don't think so. It's true that lots of people could have been jealous of her. But not to that point.
¿Dónde está?
Do you know where she is?
Mr. Moore told me she'd gone to their home in Costa Rica. She goes there
Vamos a ver,
pretty
pues
often.
de Costa Rica ahora.
She's an architect, and she likes to work in her home country.
Espera que cierre la tienda.
She has family there.
No, tan comprendo.
I imagine the girl left with her mother.
Not at all. It was the start of the school year, and Mrs. Moore left 2 weeks ago. I haven't seen her since Monday, when Mr. Moore took her to school on the first day. She must be staying with a friend. Poor little thing.
Pues sí, ya está ahí, no ve.
Thank heaven she wasn't here.
Do you know his bodyguards?
Yeah, there's Jack, James, and Wu. But you won't hear me singing their praises.
Why not?
Oh, they're good at strutting around and acting tough when everything is going well. But where were they tonight? Can you tell me that? That was their job, right? They were paid to protect him.
Pues sí, me lo han guardado muy bien. No puedo.
Do you have any idea where they might have gone?
No, but believe you me, if I ever see them
Ahí,
again,
ahí.
I'm gonna give them a piece of my mind.
Ese viejillo.
Did you know Mr. Moore well?
We weren't friends, if that's what you're asking. But we got to know each other. With time. He was a creature of habit. Since he worked late, he would often ask me for things at night. Newspaper, batteries, ice. I think he asked me for just about everything. I prided myself on always being able to get what he needed, no matter what time it was. You'd have thought he pretty much lived after dark.
Like his clients. Did Mr. Moore have many visitors?
For a man with his status, it was nothing surprising. But, well,
Yes.
his visitors mostly came in the middle of the night. I must admit that's a little
Interesante.
unusual.
That's what working for us is like.
He told me he had a lot of foreign clients, and he had to juggle different time zones. That's what working from home is like. He had colleagues over for late-night meetings, too. But since little June was born, not as many people came around.
That was wise. Without any disrespect to the deceased, were you aware of any extramarital affairs he may have had?
Mr. Moore was a good man. He would never have disrespected his wife, or even contemplated it, I'm sure.
She could have been okay with it. There were no young women coming and going.
That's a very inappropriate question. I don't want to talk about this
Eh.
anymore.
Sabe cosas, sabe
Did he have
cosas.
any enemies that you were aware of?
No, he was a very respectable man. No bad company or anything.
Except for us. Tell me about the evening again, please. What happened tonight?
Mr. Moore left with his 3 bodyguards earlier in the evening. One of them got in the car, and Mr. Moore came down around midnight.
And then?
They came back around 2 a.m. Mr. Moore was limping. He was leaning on one of his bodyguards, and he was bleeding.
Was he injured?
I told him I could call an ambulance or a doctor.
No sería el
But he
disparo,
didn't
porque
answer.
tendría primero.
I went closer to insist, but Wu told me they were in control of the situation, that it was no big deal. They went upstairs, and I saw drops of blood in front of the elevator. I told myself they were being unreasonable. What did those two goons know about it? So I called Mr. Moore on the internal line several times.
Did he pick up?
Not once. So I went upstairs and rang the doorbell, but nobody answered. So I went back down to the front desk and I called you.
Continúa.
The lieutenant told me there was an access to the basement.
Yes, using the service elevator through the kitchen. You need a magnetic pass to use it. I gave the spare to your colleagues who wanted to go down there. I still have the original. Do you want it?
Please.
Vamos.
Thank you for your statement.
You have to find out who did this,
Vale.
officer. Justice needs to be done for him. And for his family.
We
Vale.
need to find out who's messing with us.
Es la iglesia, Gales, es la iglesia.
You can count on us. Stick around in case we have more questions.
Vamos. Basado. Pero bueno, gente. Creo que vamos a dejar el capítulo aquí que acabo de grabar.
Somebody slept here.
Así que nada, gente. Capítulito sanito. Otra media horita más o menos. Espero que os haya gustado. Hemos descubierto que son la iglesia y vamos a ir a por ella. Y nada, nos seguimos viendo por el canal. Adiós.